hankering to play more Toho puppets.
Alright, so I don't think there's that much left to do here. I believe I've got 7 artifacts out of 12.
I was gonna say, I think the last time I saw you, like a day or two ago, you had most of what you needed for upgrades, and I know you were doing some artifact hunting.
Yeah, I think at this point I'm convinced that artifacts are the only thing left, if only because the hint was telling me to go to the temple.
So did you, so you fought, so I guess the easy way to ask it is you have Phazon suit.
Yes, I do.
Then yeah, you fought every boss except for the last ones.
Yeah,
You are on artifacts and finish.
Seems that way, yeah. I did not like Omega Pirate. Not just
he's the quickie fight.
It's not really because of the pirate himself. It's because of the dang arena of all that Phazon lying around. That was taking more damage from that than from anything else.
Hey, now you're immune to the stuff, at least for the most part.
Thank goodness.
So you just gotta find which artifact pieces you're missing.
I've already been back to the artifact temple and got the rest of the hints. If memory serves, I got 2 in the ruins, 2 in the mines, and 1 in Phendrana.
Yeah, they're all over, and I unfortunately do not remember many of them, so I can't help too much. I think you all did. I guess you didn't get that one yet, actually. The one you've known about for a while that was in Lagra's room.
Yeah, I was kind of in the area, and I decided to hunt that one down.
Oh, you did say 2 in ruins. What am I saying? So you gotta find. Oh, are you including the one you picked up at the start, the first artifact, by the way, in that count?
Yes. So I have 7 out of 12.
Okay, so you're missing 5.
Yeah, like I said, 2 in the ruins, 2 in the mines, 1 in Phendrana, I believe. Let me just take a.
Oh, I thought that was you were saying it was where you got them.
No. Those are the ones that I have.
Heard that backwards.
Just double check. Lightgiver. It's a tower in the ruins where light always shines.
Yeah, that's Chozo Ruins.
I'll have to check the map for that one. Research in the mines. I think based off of the highlighted names, I have a good idea where these things are. It's just a temple in Phendrana. Hall of Elders. I know exactly where that one's at. Pretty sure that was the one I needed the plasma beam for, and that's probably way deep in the mines. So, the first one, besides the Hall of Elders,
was a Tower of Light, I think it was.
A tower within where light always shines, okay.
That reminds me, do you have all the beam bursting tools as well? Because those are optional.
Just the ice one.
Ah. Yeah, it means you're missing the wave and plasma ones.
Which I'm not too concerned about.
Yeah.
Reflecting pool, that's not a tower. Hall of Elders, I know I have to go there.
Yeah, I believe there is a specific room that is just like tower.
Oh. Gee.
Yeah, it's actually one you haven't been. It actually is one you haven't been to yet.
Yeah, seems to be the case. So I just.
Yeah, it's not that far from where you are actually. So yeah, Super Missile and Ice Sphere are all you have. You're missing the Wave Buster and the Flamethrower, I believe they're called.
I'd heard of the Flamethrower. I couldn't remember the other one. And I only knew about the Flamethrower because
I believe it's the Wave Buster. I might be wrong.
I only knew the name of the Flamethrower because it's one of the few things I remember from watching Metroid Prime rando races, because apparently that's a bit of a meme.
The thing I don't remember actually is where the Flamethrower is. If my memory serves correctly, it might be in the mines. I know where the Wave Buster is, though.
they're not required, I'm not going to worry about them.
Yeah. They're cool to have, they're not required.
Goodness knows I've hardly ever even used the ice one either, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the thing that's interesting about the wave, and I think plasmas as well, is those can be used continuously, I believe, and they do a lot of damage.
So, I want to go that way. Alrighty.
You need to go towards, I think, where you got the morph ball originally.
Oh, was that where that was?
I believe that's the room structure you're going towards. But yeah, the rest of this should take, depending on where all the artifacts are, those probably won't take too long, but maybe 90 minutes it'll take you to finish from this point.
We'll see.
Depends on how much you struggle against the remaining bosses, because there's only a couple.
Great, that was...
Hello, Chozo Ghosts. It's really annoying finding these guys without the X-ray visor.
I've had to at least once.
Yeah, they do it. They make you do it at least once, and because you can get Flagra's particular artifact so early, you can get that one without the thing too. And
that's I was kind of dreading coming back to the ruins because I knew I was gonna have to deal with those things more than once.
yeah, in fact, to get the other the other artifact you're missing, you're gonna have to deal with them again.
Yeah, I know. I'm expecting to see them again in the Hall of Elders. I've seen them before there.
Yeah, because they respawn in that room every time.
Really?
Yeah, I do remember that, like, everything in the Hall of Elders, like, each beam I can get you a different thing. I think Wave actually just gets you Ice Beam straight up.
Yeah, I think so.
I forget exactly what Ice gives you. I think it might be like an E-Tank or something. if anything.
I'd already gotten that.
And then Plasma is just the artifact.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I actually just remembered what one of the artifacts in this game is, and I'm not sure if you've probably gotten that one. If not, I suppose we'll be getting it on the way through the mines.
Yeah. Alright. At least health should not be a concern.
Yeah, I think you have a lot of the E-Tanks.
I think I might have all of them, actually.
I think you go 2 rows in this game, actually.
Really?
I might be mistaken, because you are missing a fair bit of clear, but you are also missing, like, how many missile tanks? Like 20? So, I don't know.
I think the game said I was at like 66%.
Yeah. But we know that missiles cap at 255, and other than those, the only other expansions that are in this are, I believe, just health, right? I don't think there's, like, power bomb expansions or anything like that.
Yeah, there are. I've gotten some.
Oh. Well, then maybe there's power bomb expansions.
Yeah, I started at 3, and I'm up to 6.
I believe
Question
if
is,
you
what the heck am I doing here?
I think if you scan this room, we'll let you know some of what you need to do.
Brimstone. I keep meaning to write down what these materials are and what they...
I want to say those are weak to either missiles or super missiles. I forget which it is.
Well, Well, supers work. Regulars work too, though it takes more than one.
Yeah, well, I think it's still cheaper than a super, because a super would be 5 missiles, and you're firing, I think, 3 to break those.
Right. Thing is, I see another room down near the bottom as well. But if there's something here...
Yeah, there's, in this particular area, there's like 2 goodies to obtain.
I thought as much.
And since I did remember it correctly, I thought we were actually just talking about. Leave those guys just block it.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I think it's just blocking missiles, if you're careful.
Sensitive thing. Oh, jeez. Oh, you suck. Well, while I'm down here, might as well see what this is. Oh.
The thing you actually came for. The thing...
Okay then. Artifact of Life Giver, the 5th of 12. Alright. Well, I was gonna be coming back down. I was gonna come down here for that anyway, so. Alright. Yeah, those things are still up there, and I noted that plasma didn't do anything to them. Plated puffer, of course. I forget what concussive means.
I think that usually means explosive.
I.e. missiles.
You may need to get a bit higher up to get those.
Yeah. Just don't necessarily like get close to them because they seem to have homing properties.
Yeah, the reason I think I remember that is because like a concussion would be an application of force, so...
Of course, they seem to be...
They respawn, so get higher up.
Oh, jeez. This had better be worth it, honestly.
Because they don't seem to follow you, they're just set to go back to their little platform when they're there.
I see that now. Yeah.
This is the last set of these you need to break, also.
Good. These things don't seem to be that good at being in the way.
I think they're meant to be more of a nuisance than an actual problem.
Ooh!
Well, I'll get confirmation on the name of this thing at least, because this is the wave upgrade.
Wave Buster.
I was correct. Alright.
Powerful attack uses missiles while active, using the wave beam.
Yeah, pull for continuous fire. It basically becomes like a lock-on stream of energy.
And that constantly drains missiles.
Yeah.
So
It takes, I think, like 15 to start, 15 or 20. But if you hold it down, that's like constant damage.
Seems alright. Still, I tend to treat my missiles like precious resources, so I probably won't be using them
Oh,
that
I
much.
don't blame you. At the very least, your ship can restock your missiles. If the door's not locked, you can probably just run.
Yeah. Yeah. Just go.
Because let's be real, you don't want to face those as much as the next guy does. So when given an opportunity to leave, you just leave. Yeah, I think other than your ship, I don't think there's any place to actually restock missiles in this game.
There was one in the mines, I think. A specific missile restock station.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if there were like ammunition restock rooms throughout the game or not. I think they're more common in Echoes, because you need light and dark ammo.
Alright, so from here... How far is the Hall of Elders? It's way the heck over there.
There is an elevator near Hall of Elders, though, that might allow you to route this out differently.
Let's see...
Because I believe there's a Fendrana elevator near it. Or is it both, actually.
Yeah, there's two to Talon. It's just a matter... The main issue is... There's no way... I can't tell where this one goes in Talon, so I don't know which... Talon overworld thing it is.
True, that's like the one issue. It's 2 Talon transports. I'm gonna go confirm actually where the flamethrower is located. Just for my own curiosity.
Oh. That's right. It's just there.
Well, I was right about the section of the map.
I feel like I wonder if I should feel proud that I've only died twice so far. One of them being to stupid Omega Pirate.
I would say that's pretty good, honestly.
I think the other one, it was to the, it was that dang hive wasp thing.
Yeah, you died to the hive wasp because you got knocked into the water to get back onto the stairs.
Yeah.
I will say I definitely died a lot more playing Prime 2. That's because Prime 2, it's really difficult to manage your health.
I'll probably be playing that one at some point or another.
Yeah, I guess the main issue is trying to figure out which of these elevators actually goes where.
Well, there's 2 elevators in Talon Overworld that go pretty much right there. It's just a matter of getting there.
And then you have, what, 2 transports to Phazon mines total?
At least.
And then Phendrana, you only have a couple. I think there's one in the ruins.
Yeah, that way works. One thing that doesn't help is that the only real way of knowing north from south is the names of the elevators. There's no
actually,
direction indicator in this.
I think there is, but only in the map screen. I believe there is an arrow that orients where north is, like a compass would.
If there is, I never noticed it.
I would need to see the map again to...
I don't know. I don't see it.
I don't think so, because that's where you're facing. Yeah, no, never mind.
Well, that's... I'm presuming that like east leads to east and south leads to south, but I don't know for sure. Yeah, that's the faster one to get to from here, I think.
Probably.
Ah, dang it. Nope, that's not the one. Doesn't help that you usually have to take roundabout paths to get to places. Also doesn't help when I don't go in the right door.
I was gonna say, I think the door you're trying to get to is the one where the frigate crashed, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think it's...
I think it had a low entrance.
Yeah. There it is. I see.
Forget that the Phazon suit gives you any extra defense other than the immunity to the Phazon.
I know there's an option for it in the randomizer. For how much of a difference it makes. So I'm trying to go up when I don't have to go up. That seems to be my first instinct, is to go to higher ground to get to places. Go that way.
You gotta get to the upper left door. Come to think of it, I wonder if that's an exit-only door. I hope not.
I would hope not, too.
It is very high up.
Ah.
Can you just climb up with gravity suit, though? Can't you just use your gravity suit to climb up, though?
Climb
Yeah.
up what?
The stairs instead. Oh no, there's a walkway. I think. No, that's not a walkway. Yeah, because it comes out where that waterfall is, doesn't it? Way up there. Maybe it is one way then.
Well, that's unfortunate. If that's the case, I could still get there. Well, I would still have to go through here to get to the other one anyway.
Then maybe Magmore to that spot, because I think there's a. Is there another elevator near there other than like phazon mines? It's like. Yeah, this is why I'm glad the Prime 2 has a fast travel option that you eventually get.
At this point, I'm just gonna go from here since
yeah.
I can actually see the path from here.
What'll suck more is if the elevator is incorrect after all of this.
Okay, I recognize this, and not for good reasons.
On the plus side, you don't have to redo the puzzles of the room, you just need to get out of the room. Granted, space pirates never help anything.
No. Even without the puzzles, just getting out of here, just climbing my way out was not pleasant.
Yeah, that's the one thing I do remember about the frigate, which is why I usually try to stay away from it after the first pass.
There it is.
Where is the door, actually?
Way up.
Because I feel like you're climbing back to the top of the room, not the exit to the room.
Fair, thank you.
Because you came from up there.
I have done that more than once.
think the egg is just over there.
Yeah. You know what? While I'm here,
Might not be a bad idea.
just in case something dumb happens.
Although part of me is wondering if you should have not, because your last save was at the ship. If you went the wrong way, you could have at least hit reset and not had to walk all the way back.
True.
But at that point, you'd probably just go through Chozo to find where you need to go.
Alright. Now for this lovely part. Feels like I shouldn't be able to make it up there, all the way to that one. Oh, hello. And goodbye.
Plasma beam makes everything better.
Yes, it does.
Although I'm not sure if I knew it could actually take out turrets.
It was one of the first things I did when I got plasma. Okay, so it's down there.
It's under the water.
Don't remember those being there. Oh, it's those things. Alright, so from there, I just go... Ah, there it is. Except... Nope, 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 this is the right way.
Yep, you're going the right way. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, if it is the wrong Chozo entrance, maybe you just go to the mines while you're in the area.
Okay, so... Down... Ah, there. Honestly, probably the thing that feels the most awkward to me is the fact that this is all first person. If this was even, like, over the shoulder third person, I feel like I would fare better. Alright, so... That's the one I want to go to.
I guess the lower one is phase.
Which honestly will probably be my Wasn't there? Didn't I have 2 in the mines?
Yeah, 2 in mines, 1 in dry, and 1 more in the mines. And the mines are kind of out of the way. But there's at least a transport to Magmore in there, so... It's not like you couldn't just get what you need, duck back out, and then go to the mines.
Alright, let's see where this goes. If this goes where I think it does.
This was the first elevator you took for the mines, so...
Oh!
Yeah, no, you went down the mines elevator. The ruins transport is much higher up in that room.
Well, since I'm here, I know one of them is one of the ones for the mines mentioned research.
Okay, yeah, you have not gotten that one yet. Alright, that'll be an interesting time.
So I might as well go and grab this one.
And there's one other one that I think is much lower in the mines.
Yeah, basically in the tunnel of pure Phazon, yeah.
Yeah. Fortunately, there are elite pirates everywhere in these areas. I think, actually, are these guys even elites? These guys, I think, are just normal pirates.
Yeah, these aren't the beam-specific ones.
Yeah, those beam-specific ones are elites. Which, hey, they were gonna need to be. They were gonna throw in some enemy to be beam-specific. Yeah, the real question though is whether or not which entrance is going to be easier to get to that tunnel for, because there could be a couple ways to that tunnel. Research, you only have like 1 way to go, so along with 1 room you have not entered.
I'm halfway convinced that that's a save point or something, but if I go...
you want me to just tell you?
Well, I seem to be going in that direction.
Because I'm pretty sure that's the flamethrower's room.
Oh, we'll find out, I guess.
I don't remember the puzzle being exactly straightforward for it, though. I might be wrong about that. Oh yeah, cloaked pirates. Also known as, hey, you're still using your thermal visor, right? The invisible pirates.
Yeah, but I saw them well enough without it.
I don't remember exactly how to get it, but the flamethrower's puzzle is in this room. Elite pirates are really tanky too, is annoying. Yeah, because it's behind those beams. I'm pretty certain door.
Well, if I
turn them off is the problem.
Well, if I'm here, I might as well at least give it a shot.
Yeah, might as well complete your main power-up arsenal.
That I'll probably never use, but there we go.
It's gonna be clear percent.
And goodness knows if this will help whenever I delve into the randomizer, because the more I know now, the less I'll have to look into later.
That too. That is an incredibly important reason to know it now. Like, it's something in the room. I think even Scan Visor can find it, but I do not remember.
Okay.
Gee, thanks. Yes, this room does wind a fair bit too, so it's like I never remember do here. There is a path to the left which would lead to the next room, but I forget if the answer in this area at all.
Didn't know Wave Beam did that.
That's kind of funny, actually. I don't know if it was an instance of just taking out every single elite that shows up. There are a lot of them in this hallway, but... This is also a very big room. Very winding room.
Yeah. I heard something. Honestly, the ice ones are probably the easiest ones to deal with.
Well, for obvious reasons, you can just freeze them with missile. Oh, is it in there?
Bendezium.
That door can be... Yeah, that door can be lower. Oh, it's Bendezium.
Which I don't think I had power bombs at the time.
You did not. That's why.
Partial security access achieved. Force field inactive. There we go. Well, that was easy.
Okay, so it's not even really a puzzle. It's a comeback with power bombs.
Yep. There we are. Yep, that's the thing. Flamethrower! Hold A for continuous fire, yeah.
Yeah, similar to the blast one. I think the difference, though, is the wave buster, I believe, homes in. This you have to point.
And that one was 10 for startup. Alright, I'm presuming Elite Research is where I have to go, so that's just...
Yeah, that is correct. There is a artifact in Elite Research.
Unless... Given the hints, I figured it had to be that. If it wasn't that, then it would have to be some other research place in here. So I am curious as to why flamethrower is kind of a meme-y thing in the rando community. I haven't seen enough races to really know.
I wouldn't know either. Well, this seems like an interesting rando. I don't know Prime inside and out enough. I think I may as well try it at some point, though. They probably take a while, is my concern.
Well, I have actually looked into the program itself, and there's quite a few options. Up to and including how many artifacts you need. I want to say the default beginner setting is like 6.
True, because you go for 12, and then because it scatters the artifacts too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's... Oh. Well, gee, I wonder what I'm gonna have to do in here.
Yeah, I forget if you can bust him out. Oh, it's Bendezium. Again, power bombs.
Just the fact that I have to fight another one of these dumb things.
I think this guy is technically his own entity.
Well, the thing is, I was thinking of him akin to Omega, but I just realized it's not. I want to say I have fought a couple of these things before, so it's not.
I want to say he's his own scan. I could be wrong.
Well, I haven't been going too
similar,
far
yeah,
out of my
to the
way
other.
for the scan, so I'm not really worried about that.
But yeah, this is basically just an elite pirate. Oh. It's got a lot of health. I don't think it's that bad. And yeah, beating him will give you the artifact in question.
Okay, plasma.
I was gonna say, what is he immune to certain beam types? I don't remember.
It's
Oh,
it was the
also
it,
killed him.
I was probably just thinking about the Omega Pirate again, but that was only when he was in the X-ray phase.
Yeah.
All right, that's that one collected. That's the entire inner ring done.
The other one you need is in a tunnel. Where is that tunnel specifically? Is the question.
Probably deep near the bottom, honestly.
Yeah, so you gotta figure out what elevator system you want to use to get to that point. So I think there's a couple. Actually, no. I think there's only one down to the second area, but I think there's a couple ways to the third area. Because Omega Pirate exits, I think, a different elevator than before you go in to get to him.
Dumb, stupid thing.
Turrets.
Makes me glad I have as much health as I've got.
Yeah, Melee's got 3 artifacts left, Alucard.
Yep. I believe
One
it's
more.
I believe one in Fendrana, one in the mines, one in ruins, I believe.
I believe you are correct on those.
And this will ultimately take me back to the quarry, which is fine.
Are we trying to get further down, though?
My original intent was to go take the right. Was to take the elevator to the ruins.
True. Now, I don't I want to say you don't have to do any more of the puzzles in this room, thankfully. I think you just have to take one of the paths that's set up, but I might be wrong.
Yeah.
Because this room is obnoxious.
Yeah, so I noticed. But the thing is, one other thing I noticed that there's Metroids about, which I don't remember being the... Actually, I think they were in here last time.
Yeah, I think they were here the first time.
I think I already have things set up for the yellows, so I'll just go up that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to say you have a straight shot. Yeah, it looks like you're going up the top.
Oh boy.
They want you. Nope.
Helps if I actually go into the door.
Oh, that was where Grapple was. Isn't there technically a wall between you and him?
I think so.
I'm surprised you're hitting him.
I'll take it. Although it appears that ice has like a minor AoE effect to it.
It might be why. Alright, so I think there's... Yeah, there's 2 doors. The one that goes further down is to the right... No. Oh. It's not even in this room, is it?
What is?
No, it isn't. No, it is in this room. Otherwise, you can go straight back to the, Because the problem is getting to the... There's only 2 ways to the mines, and it's Magmore and Talon, so getting back here is not going to be fun for that other one. If the phazon-filled hallway is this area, which I'm pretty sure it is.
Oh, hello.
Someone wanted to say hi.
Yeah, very much so.
I think you can technically go back once you get to the last area of the game. I don't think it's very clear as to how, though.
The main thought that concerns me about converting this into 100% is that I can't copy my save file from one slot to another. At least, there doesn't appear to be a way, at
the
least.
thing that Helukar, I believe, is concerned about is the fact that in the very last area where the final boss is, there is a save point. And we don't remember whether or not you can go back at that point. Or, no, sorry, Helukar was not asking, it was, YW was. Goals. I'm gonna check that area quickly.
Because during my run of Wind Waker, I've been able to just copy a file from one slot to another, but I have not seen the means to do that for this.
I don't think you can for Prime.
Nope, that's the one I just came from. Alright. That's the one that I was initially looking for.
Yep. It's only a little ways up, and hey, if you want to go back to the mines afterwards, it's a pretty quick trip back.
I forget if this is something I have to do. I forget what this even did.
It opened a gate that was in the way.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because technically speaking, you come into this room way earlier in the game.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about Impact Crater being something you can't. So.
Although, to be fair, even if I was looking at, I don't remember which things I got and which ones I didn't, as far as like missiles and whatnot. But the thing, I do have a tracker for Metroid Prime Rando on hand, so I can, if it comes down to it, I can just look through. Well, for one, I could just look through, the gameplay footage, since I still have that on hand. Okay, so from here, yep, this is exactly where I want it to be.
Did it take you to the right area?
Yep.
Good. That's probably gonna be more goddamn ghosts.
Why do you think I went ahead and prepped myself up?
It's like, okay, I know the drill. What I'm suggesting is saving before the final boss, then beat the game, then go back at 100%. Which is an option, but even then the problem is they may not remember what he does and does not have.
Well, I do have all of this gameplay footage on hand, so I can just scroll my way through that because it's kind of obvious when I pick up a thing.
True.
So I can note when I go through that and then kind of mark where it is on the tracker and go from there. It's an option. It's just may not be the best option, but right, I have to
Yeah, I forgot if I've actually 100%ed Prime on any playthrough.
Oh. Okay, I was kind of expecting it to, like, rotate the track like it did for the other two. I didn't expect it to do that. And
Kind of ironic that, like, hey, you needed the plasma beam to get here. Use ice beam to open door, please. Feels unnecessary.
Alright. That's 10. Right, the door was there.
I want to say the statue just slides back into place when you leave. Could be wrong, though.
Not immediately.
No, he may just be there. Okay.
Alright.
Now to get back out.
More about where to go back out to.
That's also true, because thought is one Phendrana and one Phazon.
Yeah. There really isn't. Doesn't appear to be a way to Phendrana from here directly.
I thought there was at least one. I might be wrong about that. I guess I am wrong about that.
The ones I've got left are Sun, which whenever I get to Phendrana, I'll have to look in the map to see where the temple is. And Newborn, which is likely deep in the Phazon mines, because I remember a couple of tunnels that was just like pure Phazon.
Sun, I think, was an artifact that was locked by plasma beam, so you couldn't have gotten it until much later.
Yeah. I seem to recall a spot on the map I couldn't get to, so that's probably it. Now it's just a matter of remembering which elevator I went to.
Did you take south or did you take east? I think you took south, right? Because east, I think we determined was a dead end in Talon.
That one's south.
Yeah, I think it was south.
So...
I'm gonna be stepping away for a bit, so I'll be back.
Alright. Okay, so it's up there. Yeah. Another question is, how did I get up there again? Can I just use double jump to get back up back up there again? I don't remember now. Or do I have to morph boost up into the thing's mouth again? Whatever works. So I'm thinking heading back into the Phazon Mines from here, perhaps. Because I should have access. I could just take elevators all the way down, but it's not necessarily the most efficient route. Yeah, it's not exactly a short path. So, Magmore South. Ventrana South. Phazon West. So yeah, it looks like that's the one I have to go to. But getting to there is a bit of a thing. Just south. Well, while I'm thinking about it. Ventrana's Edge, that's I had been there. Aha. Chozo Ice Temple. That's probably where I have to go. Now it's just a matter of what's the best way of getting there. So Chozo Ruins North. Oh boy, the lag. Which one was this? That was Chozo Ruins North. Oh, right, yeah. Oh boy. So, the Talon Overworld East. Was that this one? I think so. So I think that might be the faster way. Oh, wait, I have to go back into the elevator again. Yeah, giant maze of loveliness. So was that the one? Yeah. You know what? Save point right here. Might as well. Alright, so let's see if this one goes where I think it does. So that takes me there. Now that's where I've already been. It'll work for now. Alright, so from here... landing site is not where I want to go. How was I... This does look like a one-way trip, doesn't it? No. I'm going back through the landing site. Just go ahead. Refill my missiles too while I'm at it. Alright, so from here, I want to go that way. I believe. Chozo. Darn it. Why do I keep trying to make that jump? I should know better by now. Down here. Alright, so from here... Yeah, I want to go that way. Just making sure I got my bearings right. Yes, okay. Dang camera. I've been alright. Alright, so from here... I have to go that way. It's just a matter of how do I get up there? Ah, probably that way. There. Alright. Oh. So let me go ahead and look at that hint again. Near Fendrana's shores, a temple stands. Thaw the frozen waters flowing from the Elder to find the artifact of sun. Where are you? Wrong buttons! Let's try this. Nope. Okay, yeah, it feels like I'm in the right place. I just have to figure out where in here I have to go.
You can see we're back in Drana now.
Yeah. It felt like the way to go, at least for now.
So you'll still have the phase-on tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember where this artifact is.
I see. I wonder. Never did check the ones on this side. Shows a warrior. Philosopher. Aha. There we go. And there we go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just, yep, right.
That's 11.
All that remains is the one that we're pretty certain is just in Mine's tunnel.
Yep.
Fun times!
Fun times. But the way back to Magmore is like right close by, which is kind of why I went for this one first.
And then you can use that Magmore transit to get to Phazon mines from there.
Yeah. Which way was...
Magmore is kind of the interconnective shell that every area branches to. You go there a lot. Like, I'm pretty sure even though Magmore has, like, no story significance, really, you go into Magmore, I think, more than any other area, just because it serves as a middleman.
And goodness knows it's the only way to get into Phendrana anyway.
Yeah.
Goodness knows there was a time where I was going back and forth in and out of Phendrana a lot, so...
I thought there was another lift in Phendrana, but I guess I'm mistaken.
I don't think so.
Because I thought there was one to the ruins, but that clearly wasn't the case, so... Yeah, there's no bosses in Magmore, which is why I was saying it has no real story significance. Although Talon doesn't really have boss fights either.
That's Talon, that's Phendrana, that's Phazon Mines. That's...
all the way over there.
Yep. Let's go!
I guess the other option is to go to Talon and then go to the mines. Because Talon goes to the mines as well, or could find a entrance.
I had already taken that way into Phazon Mines.
I don't think the Magmore entrance goes out in a much different location, though. I could be wrong.
I looked. There's only two elevators to Phazon Mines. One's at the top, one's at the bottom.
Oh, so Magmore would be more useful than since it's at the bottom.
Yes.
Guess you got a long trip ahead of you.
Yeah, well, it'd be a long trip no matter what. Because I looked to see how long of a trip it would have been just to go through from the top of the mines.
Oh, hang on, actually. Have you done that hallway yet? Just passed through?
Assuming that one had the ice charge thing, yes.
Oh, that's where that was. Okay, then yeah. Because I know that you can break that glass. It's like a Metroid staple.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did that one twice. Because it reforms. The thing repairs itself for some reason. I would think that it would have, stayed broken so that, you remember that you actually did it, but I guess not. Yes, game, I know. Don't make me start calling you Fi.
I mean, at this point, if you wanted to turn off the hint system, you could, because at this point, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I forget, you're not immune to lava your suits, right?
No, I am not. I am convinced I take less damage, but immune, no.
You will definitely take less damage.
Yeah, Omega, I think calling the hint system 5 would be a bigger insult than Navi, I think.
Now I'm thinking of one other thing, too. Even though this is, getting you to the mine, there's another elevator near this, right? I guess that's how you'll get out and back to the ruins. Not the ruins, the impact crater.
Oh, that's Phendrana. Because I passed one that goes to Talon.
Yeah, so I guess you'll have to go back to that when you're done with the mines.
Yeah, mostly.
Or because Unless you want to go north to the elevator at the top of the mines, which I don't see much of a reason.
No. Oh, hello again. And in one part of the mines, I did come across that one specific pirate log regarding them trying to recreate Northwall.
Ah, that's where it is. I couldn't remember exactly where in the game that thing's located.
It was kind of funny, if only because of the professional tone to how to
Oh, it was written.
yeah.
That's not the one you want. It's the other one.
I think it's up there.
Yeah, it's up there.
Now it's just a matter of how I get up. Oh, there's some platforms right here.
Well, I saw stairs for the... I thought what looked like a set of, like, rock stairway, basically. That's to the Vendrana door.
Well, I might be able to...
Yeah, you might be able to subvert some of it.
Yeah, like that.
One of these hallways. Also, that one's actually intact, though.
Well, goodness knows that one was blocked by a bunch of Bendesium debris, so I had to use a power bomb just to get through there in the first place. So yeah, this looks about right for where I need to be, I think.
I don't think this is the correct room.
But I'm on the right track, at least.
Yeah. Let me see if I can see the particular question. Because I think it might be just before you get to the Phazon suit.
Vader's mind. Forge a path through a tunnel of the great poison. Ah, Phazon mining tunnel. Maybe that's it.
That's the one. That is definitely the one.
All right then. Still. Oh, you suck. Getting back out is going to be a pain.
Getting in is fine. Getting out, not so much.
Although it looks like that's an elevator back up to here.
No, that goes to the other one.
I see it go yellow.
They're color coded.
Yeah. Pretty sure that's one I hadn't been to, but that's not where I want to go.
Yeah, the path you want to take is all the way at the bottom of the room.
Hello.
It's basically your Phazon suit check because of the fact Pirate was right for that.
Yep.
This room definitely brings memories of both good and bad. I don't remember how many tries it took me, but it took me a while to actually beat the pirate. It took at least, like, I think 2 or 3 attempts. He's not easy.
Makes me wonder if I should be proud it only took me 2. I said, my main grief wasn't with the pirates' attacks or anything. It was with the random Phazon lying around.
Hmm.
Because while I am, locked onto him, I can't exactly see where I'm going. Dang it.
Oh, hi, Metroid.
Yeah.
On the plus side, I don't think you have to do much of the actual platforming. Like, probably just jump down into the Phazon and find a way over to the other side, but
I wonder...
Getting back is going to be painful. That's what makes this particular artifact the worst, is that it's in such an annoying shit. Like, I want to say speedrunners use a trick to get this thing either without having to go into the tunnel or through face.
Hey, dang it. This is the way. Yes, it is the way.
Oh, I remember this room.
Yeah, it was annoying first time through here too. Well, apparently I hit that one somehow. Go. Oh. I see it. I see it in there.
It's a tunnel.
Oh, yeah, I didn't have the Phazon suit going here before, yeah.
Yeah, I forget if the speedrun either face tanks this section or has some out-of-bounds trick to grab this one. How many artifacts left? This is actually the last one.
Yep, this is it. Boom. Last one.
Which means now I gotta get back to the temple.
Yeah, at this point, it's just a matter of how do I want to get there? Is that way? That will take me back to Talon, so that might be the best way from here.
Yeah, if you don't have to backtrack for any of the rooms you just went through, that might you may just want it to be going reverse. The way you've been going.
I don't... I'm guessing you probably need to boost your way through that to not fall.
Yeah, something like that.
Pretty sure I face tanked that the first time through. Ah. Oh, right. These guys again.
Are these guys like Hunter Metroids? I forget the specific name for them.
Yeah,
Specifically.
I believe that's the name. Let's just go.
Yeah, the one thing obviously about the Phazon mines is it's contingent around, well, Phazon. So when you're immune to the Phazon, most of the difficulty in this area kind of disappears. You do need to go up here, though.
I remember first time seeing these dumb invisible things, I didn't think to use X-ray on it, so I was wondering, where the heck are these bombs coming from? I probably just got the platform from here. Don't think I need much for hints anymore. I've already got the last artifact, so it's just a matter of getting back to the temple. There really isn't an efficient way to get back from here, though, so I'll just have to...
Yeah, the thing at this point is you need to get back to the green arrow room.
Yeah, which... I hear more Metroids.
Yeah, this was another Metroid-filled room. That being said, again, I think it's just Phazon at the bottom of the room, so...
Of course, I kind of brought that upon myself. Oh, jeez, there's a lot of them.
Do Power-Bombs work on them?
They sure do!
That cleared up that mess right quick.
Darn right it did.
Yeah, no, I think at this point Melee's just gonna fight the final boss and come back at some other day for the 100%.
Yeah, I would... Goodness knows, 100% completion was never the goal for this, for this particular run. must say I might be done with Metroid shenanigans. At least I hope so.
I believe you're mostly correct on that. I think there's one room with Metroids you will be going into at some point before you get out of this. There's one you went into earlier, actually. Built the Elite Pirate.
Take the time to charge or just mash like mad? Oh, hello. Yeah.
Yes, this room. This room that very obviously had a power-up in it you have definitely claimed.
Alright, up we go.
I believe this is the last room with the Metroids that you're going to be going into in a moment. Because you're back in this area. But the door you need is just to the right, so... Although, are you on the highest floor here? I don't think you are. So yeah, maybe they will get
No, I am
on
on the highest floor.
Okay. The doors are at weird angles. Oh, but you... No, you need to grapple to it, don't you?
Yes, I do, which is fine. Actually, I'm not on the highest floor. I'm on the
No, you were on second highest, so yeah, you do need to go back to the bottom and climb up, I think. Yeah, because yellow was the one that went to the top, as we remember.
Yeah. I hear you.
How's that glass taste? Or hologram, whatever it is.
and goodbye. It works as well as any other way, I suppose, as long as it gets you there. It's a shame I can't skip through any of this, but there's probably it's probably there to kind of camouflage loading times or something.
So now we gotta get to the impact crater, which basically means beeline for your ship.
Yep.
Yeah, no, in the hour that's left, Melee can probably finish this. It'll be up to a debate as to whether or not the final boss gives him trouble. Preferably without going back through the...
Oh, geez, yeah, it is a ways.
You would either have to go back through frickin' the pirate frigate, or you need to go back to the ruins. Actually, yeah, no. If you go to the ruins, we surmised that south and like west were next to each other, whichever it was, right?
Yeah.
And east, I think we said, drops itself near the front of the ship.
I believe so, yeah.
So this may still work.
Well, it makes sense that I was going upwards then.
Yep. Forgot how isolated this particular room was.
Goodness knows if we're this close, even if I don't finish within the next hour, I'll probably still keep going since we're this close anyway.
Yeah. You have a boss fight, a small final area, and another boss fight to do.
Will there be a countdown involved at some point?
I don't think this game actually has one of those.
Odd. I would have figured as much.
It's a staple, but it's not one that Prime upholds every single time.
I was kind of half joking anyway, but thank you for the honest answer. Yeah, I think I know where this drops you off. It's the top of that waterfall in that other area.
That's what I was thinking, yeah, which is right near start.
It's at the frigate, which... Since I had already passed through here once, I was just looking to see if there actually was a way to get... If it was an actual one-way. It's starting to look like it is.
Yeah. That is if that's where it lets out, which we're pretty certain it is, based on those ice doors.
There is no fast way through that, is there?
Really?
Yeah, because looking from here, I don't think there is a way up to here, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, no, that looks one way.
It's that way.
I'm not saying that none of them exist in the future, there, YW, because I know at least one Prime game does have a countdown. But the first one doesn't.
Right, I don't need to go up on this.
I actually do not remember if the third one has one. Which I guess gives away which one does have it.
Well, it's just as well, because I probably won't have the means of playing the third one anyway.
Yeah, playing the third one would be difficult given, you know, it was made around pointer controls.
And I have no real good way of replicating those controls right now. I'm not saying it'd never happen, I just have to figure out how to do it with what I currently... Or if it can be done with what I currently have, which... I actually tried to tinker around with it, it didn't... Because with, I think it was Super Mario Bros. Wii, and it didn't really work that well.
Oh, yeah, it does have it in a couple spots, but I forget if it has one at the end of the game, YW. I might, actually. I know for a fact Prime 2 does. Even remixes the old countdown music.
Honestly, even with the hints, I would have figured that finding these artifacts would have taken a lot longer. I would have figured the hints would have been more cryptic than they ended up being, I guess.
Just as a note, your next two boss fights are most people's favorite boss fights in this game.
Is that favorite in quotes?
No, people actually like these fights.
Okay, then.
Admittedly, this is the fight that has the most build-up in the whole damn game.
Oh, really?
Yep, it's Ridley time. The thing that frustrates me the most is the first time I played the Prime Collection on Wii, I had a kind of a scratched disc. Meta Ridley's song did not play during the boss fight, and that upset me greatly. He has a good song. Oh, I also will say, neither of the bosses you're fighting are pushovers either, so
I wouldn't expect them to be. It's just a matter of how to go about this. First things first. Meta Ridley, genetically enhanced Ridley metaform. Reborn and evolved through pirate technology, Meta Ridley is a fearsome enforcer. Its armored hide is extremely resilient, save for the chest, which has thinner plating. The pirates have fused a number of potent weapons to the creature, including a multi-missile system, a kinetic breath weapon, a Mason bomb launcher, and an ultra-thermal flame strike projector. Meta Ridley is also a formidable melee combatant, making any sort of engagement a risky proposition.
I like this fight more because it's than the one in Prime that he has in Prime 3, because even though the Prime 3 one has a lot of atmosphere, it's also very like by the numbers. This fight you actually have to like figure out what the heck you're doing to stop him. He's gonna be flying about. Like, he may even like try to sweep from the back with projectiles.
That doesn't seem to do much. Do any more than charged plasma was. Oh, wait.
I can't buy with the laser breath.
My fire breath's faster than yours. Okay, I thought he was gonna come down on top of me for a second.
I think the reason I've always been impressed with Ridley is that he's not stupid, really. He knows how to fight.
Not sure how I'm dodging that, but okay, whatever works.
Yeah, Ridley's weak is here, and I mean, it's a good thing. It's not a version.
Oh, what
yeah, alright. You're at the phase 2 of the fight, because his wings are burned away. Yeah, he gets all... Oh, jeez. Yeah, he gets pretty aggressive at this point.
Doesn't feel like I'm doing much for damage against him at the moment, though.
That's because he's hiding his weak spot.
Well, gee, I wonder why he would want to do that. Dang it.
Yeah, the problem is it's a little difficult to hit the spot you need to hit to make him actually expose the weak point. Open mouth.
Oh boy. can't lock onto that for some reason.
I'm not sure if you're able to at this point. Yeah, no, you can't lock onto it. Oh, there you go.
Dang it, okay.
Oh, at least you hit him again.
Yeah.
Mainly when it comes to actually doing damage, Plasma may still be quicker.
Yeah, at this point, yeah. Oh boy. He's mad.
Yeah, he is not happy when he gets critical health like this.
And I... No, apparently I can't. Oh!
Yeah, I think we got aggressive. I don't remember being this aggressive. Then again, it's always difficult to hit him when he does the stupid dashes. Oh boy. This one's gonna be a nail biter.
Dang it.
You were both like at the end of your health bars.
Yeah. Part of the problem is I think I'm holding my charge too long.
Hmm. And mainly part of the thing too, and that's the frustrating thing about him, is that it's technically easier to hit him when you're closer. But if you're closer, you can't dodge him.
You say that like I can dodge him even when he was far away. I was using super missiles, Yukos. It wasn't working because I was holding the charge for too long or something.
I have no idea.
Wouldn't hurt to try if he's going to that extent to try to guard the chest plate.
Can you skip the cutscene on a subsequent visit?
Yes, I can.
Because I remember that being the case that I pointed out, so not waste time.
Thank you. This is already going a little bit better. I was still not entirely sure where the health's coming from. I'm thinking it's from the things that Ridley's destroying.
Yeah, I think anything he destroys will drop a power up. Because the various artifact like temple pieces can be wrecked by him during this fight.
Yeah, it's probably the best idea not to be locked on him, just so I can see where
the bombs and missiles are coming from that he shoots down.
Yep.
It's constantly moving around anyway. Not like it helps to lock onto him in most instances. He's rarely ever in one spot for long. Well, he might be doing the laser beam this time.
Yeah, he is. Well, that's an attack I hadn't seen. Well, I have a lot more health for this.
Well, plus you lost a lot of health just figuring out this phase. Knowing most of what he does now may allow you to save your health a bit. I think part of the problem too is his claw kind of blocks his mouth when he goes for the frickin' charges. So it kind of tends to absorb the shot.
Gotcha!
That went a lot smoother.
Yes! It's amazing what can happen when you actually have some idea what you're doing. Oh my. And we never saw Ridley again. Methinks maybe, is there a save point after the, right after this? Because if not, I'm gonna go back to the ship.
There is a save point in that area. I don't think it's immediate, so... If you wanted to go back to the ship quick, you could.
I'm going back to the ship.
Plus you can restock any missiles you may have spent.
Yeah, well, actually, I didn't use any.
Didn't actually spend any, so it's mostly just for a reheal.
Yeah. I didn't spend it
because... is probably worth it.
Because charged plasma turned out to be better.
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't think it is immediate. I'm pretty sure there was not a save point in the first room. There's two. I'm definitely thinking about a save point being not at the start of Impact Crater.
Just for the heck of it, will it show what percent of scans I had, just for the heck of it?
I don't think it tells you, but I might be wrong.
I know I want to say I got at least 50% of something because I got an image gallery for it. I mean, goodness knows I wasn't really going out of my way to scan every enemy at the very least. I was catching a lot of the pirate lore, but the pirate logs, but outside of that, I wasn't really going out of my way to scan everything I come across.
Mm-hmm. Well, especially since it's so easy to miss certain scans because there's scans for each even pickup you can get, each energy size and each.
Yeah, I did a couple of those by accident, if nothing else.
It tells you when you have 50% and 100, but no current counter you can check, which is obviously annoying because the final boss obviously counts as a scan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I got at least 50%.
This will take you to the last area.
Yeah, impact crater.
Now, I assume you can teleport?
There...
Oh, there's a save point in this room, and there's another one. I forget there's just a save point randomly in the entry point.
Fair enough. This is about as convenient as it gets, honestly. Made me glad I looked at the map, because I probably wouldn't have noticed it otherwise.
And I guess you probably can leave. That circle probably will let you go back out.
Probably.
Alright, that is not normal phase on.
Okay.
Those are the geckos coming your way.
Limited data on unknown material available. Suffer fatality within moments. Lovely.
Yeah, for the most part, I think you just kind of have to trudge your way through it. I don't think there's really a safe way through it. Except for maybe a double jump. And I don't believe this place has a map, but you don't really need one. Yeah, this is the room I was thinking of. I hate this room.
Oh.
Multiple reasons. These guys are only part of the reason. Because that's not a normal Metroid.
Oh, what?
As you can see, they're color-coded.
Yeah.
These guys suck. I guess they're still not immune to power bombs.
Yeah, the power bombs don't care about color coding.
Vision Metroids, that's what they were called. I know they have a name, they have a scan. They are a super annoying enemy to fight right before the end of the game. Oof. And this room has plenty of them.
Oh, lovely. Case in point.
Yeah, the first one I think can be hit by anything. But once it splits, it's down to the beams. Yeah. If it hits plasma, don't worry. It's basically the short of it. Anything else might be a problem. Well, maybe not ice. If it's susceptible to ice, it's just a Metroid.
Yeah. I heard you. There you are.
Yeah, I'm not sure if these guys spawn. Oh, they do spawn endlessly. Yeah, I wasn't sure after that much. Oh, and you can just powerbomb to keep them from splitting. That's convenient.
Yep. Now it's just a matter of...
Alright, so one of those doors is that other save point we were discussing. The other one leads towards the final boss. Coming around the outside perimeter is basically the only the room. I was gonna say, you can still super missile those guys.
Now it's just a matter of...
Yeah, the platforms, I think, were you... Yeah, they do spawn endlessly.
Where the heck is the... Where the heck am I... Get out of here.
Yeah, the teeth are obviously the way you came up, so I think it's the platforms.
Dang it.
Yeah, this room I have very painful memories of, for obvious reasons. Oh. Hi, how are you doing? You don't have that many of those.
I am aware, I am aware. But while I have them, I am making use of them.
Fair enough.
Especially since I don't trust myself not to get knocked off at some point.
True. When you're on a more stable surface, you can actually fight them. Alright, that's the save.
Thank you. I know it's probably not going to refill my power bombs, but hopefully it won't be an issue.
Oh, actually, it's a refill station.
Or it's a missile refill.
Yeah, it's a refill.
Oh boy, lovely.
Oh, it was a save door. Swore there was another save in this place. Maybe I'm wrong.
That was just a... Oh, jeez, there's more than one.
Well, I got them both at least.
Ah, dang it.
At least you didn't fall all the way down.
It doesn't really help much.
Well, that's a nice one.
So, I'm gonna presume that I can't kill them with regular bombs.
I don't believe you. And yeah, that unfortunately did not replenish your power bombs, obviously.
Okay. This is bad. This is very...
Yeah. This point, you're just gonna have to pick your battles.
Yeah, but they're just kind of homing in on me. In which case, I might pick which one you want to kill first.
You do have white ones, which are thankfully Ice Beam.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But the purple one's currently the one that's most gung-ho for you. Yeah, this room... I say it sucks, but it's very much an understatement. This room is the worst.
Oh, well, hello.
Another one spawned.
Ah, really? Just... Here we go.
Yeah, I think there's like 2 spawn points in this room for those Metroids. There's the door.
That's the door.
This Metroid's like, wait, no, you gotta play. And he just dies going through the door because he can't be in this room.
Odd, but I'll take it. I feel like I should be surprised I only lost 1 E-Tank worth.
Now, thankfully, you don't need power bombs for the final boss.
Oh, well.
And there he is.
Okay. What the heck are you?
Yeah, you're gonna follow him to a few different rooms.
Oh. Metroid Prime, highly evolved phazon producing life form. The aberration known as Metroid Prime is the source of phazon, making it immensely powerful. A genetic flaw makes it susceptible to certain weapons for brief periods. Only its head is truly vulnerable. Other attacks are a nuisance. Offensively, Metroid Prime has a number of natural and mechanical weapons at its disposal. These include ultra-frigid breath, multi-missiles, snare beams, and particle wave projectors. Its massive strength and barbed carapace make it lethal in melee combat. Recommend maximum firepower when engaging this enemy.
The first couple of phases are pretty straightforward.
Oh. I didn't think the shift change would happen quite so.
I want to say the attacks it uses are also dependent which, what it's mimic. No, it's not. Never mind. You can still shoot the stomach run just fine. Yeah, that makes sense, because obviously the ice laser will freeze you.
Yeah. Doesn't help that it's the slowest projectile that I've got. Apparently I got help from that.
Oh yeah, he does like to rush. There are little crevices in the arena you can hide from that rush attack in. Yeah, thankfully it will always rush on when one of his like beam armors is like destroyed or beat for that particular round.
Phase 2 or whatever. Oh, hey, hey.
Yeah, that's that gravity beam just resisted. I think we're alright. Or do enough damage, it's 1 or 2.
Oh, jeez, that sucks.
I want to say you can shoot those lingering ones down, but I do not recall.
Yes, I can. Well, that was a quick release. And yeah, I really wasn't paying attention there. Great, you got this.
Yeah, because ice is like the lowest damage projectile, or I don't know if it is lowest damage, but it certainly feels like it doesn't do much damage. Oh, hello, slow traveling ice projectiles. Alright, you have, I believe, one more phase of this. And then the last phase. This phase is a little different, though. You ate through the normal beam.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I've ever seen him do that, so.
Oh, yeah, he...
Yeah, there's the change. He switches between. I got more charge happening in the process, though.
Not entirely sure what was happening there.
There were slow-moving fire projectiles. I think those are slowly on you.
Oh boy.
Obviously, the sucky thing about this is if you do die in this fight, you have to get all the way back to the start of this area. Well, that was certainly annoying. Very inconvenient to time things over.
Okay. Well, his health bar's gone.
Unfortunately, he's got another whole phase.
Oh, of course he does.
And I don't think you get any health between this part.
Great. Hello. He's invulnerable to all conventional weapons. Only attacks from a Phazon-infused arm cannon. Okay. Oh, of course you could spawn Metroids too. Oh my goodness. Where the heck are you?
He can be on any of your visible beams, visible visors rather, so...
Yeah, I think I'm done.
I have to wonder if they checkpoint you at any point during this fight, but something tells me they don't.
Probably not, because there was no actual save point. Of course, it doesn't help if there's no... I don't know where the heck the phazon pools are. It's like, I stand in one, and I get maybe one shot, and that's it.
I can explain that a bit better if you need me to. I was trying not to say anything because this boss is kind of a learning process. That last phase at the very least.
Yeah, and I have to go through this whole segment all over again. Lovely.
Yeah. A plus side, you know the route up, so if you want to use your power bombs a bit more efficiently, you can. That, you know, they'll spawn indefinitely.
Yeah, there's that too. Where was the platform again? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, like the one good thing about Metroids is they never do knockback. The issue is mostly knockbacking yourself off with bombs to get them off of your head.
Yep.
Helmet, what have you. And yeah, like if you don't need the missile room, you don't need the missile room. Yeah, maybe just... I really like guarding that door. Too close or something? It's kind of annoying.
Huh. Ah, come on. At least once you know how to get up there, actually getting up there is camera.
It's a terrible camera.
Alright then. Depending on how much health I have after this part, I might just... I can make a save state, and I'm tempted to do that.
Oh yeah.
Since I know how to get through this, it's just a matter of actually getting it done with enough health to survive the second part.
Also, I would like to agree with what Definitely Not Solid Steak said in chat. Prime 2 is honestly a lot harder than Prime 1.
Having never seen any of it, I'll have to take your word for it.
I do, however, love the final boss of Prime 2. One of my favorite fights in the whole Prime games. I guess one of my favorite Metroid fights. us charging. There it is. I guess it's the slow lingering shot that dropped the power-ups too, because I noticed there's a big energy just floating up there.
Yeah. Holy cow, I'm actually at full health right now. There! Took long enough, jeez. So if that ice spreader hits, it does some good work.
Yeah, I think the elemental weapon beams that use the missiles are very good against Metroid Prime in particular.
So I see.
What beam causes you have? He does actually have all of them. Ran into the last two while doing cleanup.
Yeah. Ah, too early getting out of the...
Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Because you can't lock onto the floating shots because of the HUD being screwed up. Okay, yeah, the plasma stuff does damage over time. I'm just trying to remember if it did.
Gotcha.
Oh, the shots still went off. That's annoying.
Alright. I'm going to making a save state right now. Just so I don't have to go through that first phase again.
Alright.
That way I might have a
think,
moment to learn how to fight this dumb thing.
I do think, by the way, that like with Ridley, you can skip the cutscenes on second visit.
Oh, I have to press start, yeah.
The log entry does give you most of the idea of how to beat. It's just a matter of figuring out what that all means. You're not quite standing in it. Yeah, that is basically the rinse and repeat of this fight. Wait for him to drop a pool of phase on, stand in it, and shoot him until it's drained.
Oh, I could just hold it. I didn't have to...
That much I forgot. Yeah, once you know how to work the hyper mode, this phase is actually pretty easy. It's knowing how to do it.
I see
I think it's just basic Metroids, though. They're also definitely weak to Hyper Beam, the Hyper Mode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it does help. This thing basically has the only one attack. It doesn't.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely nice.
And yeah, I think he always rotates by X-ray, thermal, normal.
Yeah, it's just the downside is I can't really see the phase-on in X-ray mode.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't see it. Oh, jeez, it's not just the regular ones.
I forgot they can summon hunters. Are the hunters susceptible to power bombs? Because you could just power bomb.
I could just do that too. Oh, I am running low on the health thing.
Yeah, really the one good thing is that attack that he does only does, like, it doesn't do much damage. And there is a little bit of, is that health or missiles covering in that direction?
I see missiles and power bombs.
Oh, it was power bombs. Oh, now he's spawning vision Metroids. Yeah, no. Not dealing with those. He's above you. Yeah, he's like right on top of you. Oh, he did die.
Woo! Ah! Dragging me in! Oh. Well, no more phase-on suit. What was this about? No. Oh, okay.
You literally just leave.
Okay, then. Time to go! Well, hey, I made the save state. Turns out I didn't need it, but oh man, I don't even want to know how close my health was though.
You were on your last bar.
I know that. I last I looked, I was at like a bar and 2. So
I saw like I think I saw 64.
Okay, so
and that's it.
Oh wow.
I would mention a detail, but it's a detail you actually can see through 100%, so I won't mention it. I do plan to come back.
Go ahead. I don't even remember you saying.
Stealing your suit is what leads into the other 2 games.
Oh, really?
Because Dark Samus forms from Prime stealing your Phazon suit.
Oh, isn't that lovely? So basically, SAX from Fusion.
In a way, yeah.
Oh man, I'm not sure if I'll ever fully get used to first person. It's not my thing at all.
You did well, though.
Yeah, like I said, I only died, what, 3 times the whole run?
It was like 4, yeah.
No, it was just the 3.
You said it was 1 to the Missile Silo, 1 to the Omega Pirate, 1 to Meta Ridley, and 1 to Prime here.
Oh, I forgot I died to Ridley, right.
I guess the second attempt went so much smoother.
I guess. But yeah, only dying 4 times, that's better than I was expecting, for sure.
Yeah, especially knowing nothing, as I actually went into the Prime games knowing the bosses.
Yeah, like the most all I knew was from what little I remembered from the
Randomizer.
From the randomizer, which amounted to like finding what E-tank that I knew was there, because it involved that and figuring out bomb jumping as I went in so doing. So yeah, Metroid Prime 2 is going to be in the rotation in the near future, I would think. Because if nothing else, I beat this one, and there's randomizers for both. In fact, the one for Metroid Prime 2 apparently updated like yesterday.
Oh.
Thing is, I only just got into the Discord server for the Prime one, and I didn't fully realize that that server covered both Prime and Prime 2.
Oh, cool.
So when I looked into it, it's like, oh, there's an update after I just got into it, and I didn't realize until later that it was actually for Prime 2. But yeah, when I looked into the randomizer for Prime 1, it looked like there was a decent amount of options. Up to and including how many artifacts you need to get into the impact crater. You can go from 0 to 12.
Yeah, I imagine when it comes to like a randomizer setting, Prime 1 and Prime 2, they're very well built for a randomizer setting.
Yeah.
Prime 3, a lot less so.
And if there's one for Prime 3, I am not fully aware of it.
Because Prime 3 is a lot more... It's a lot less open. Because there's multiple worlds you have to visit.
Oh, really?
Each world has like a world boss.
I'm guessing most of that complete percentage is missiles that I didn't get.
Given you were missing either like 22 or 23 missile tanks, or is it 24 or 25? Regardless, yeah, mostly.
Yeah. Hard mode active too. Probably won't be touching that because I can only imagine that at the very least I would think.
I think it's just damage increases.
I was gonna say that much at the very least.
Because I played hard mode on, at the very least, the first Prime. I did finish it. It was not actually that bad, but that's because I'd played Prime once already.
Save progress. Sure. Might as well just take a look and
take more, deal less. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably won't be touching that one. I want to say the randomizer has that option too, to just go straight to hard mode without having a
And you conveniently finish not too long after you usually stop.
Yeah. So I'm gonna presume that I can just go right back into the file, and it'll be at the impact crater, and I can.
I believe so. Yes.
So if I wanted to turn this into 100%, I can. Though it might be a little while before I do that. Just at least just for a little bit. And...
The only thing, yeah, the only question is whether or not you can leave. I'm pretty sure you. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's like 75% for a helmet off ending. You need 100 to see the actual Dark Samus transformation.
All right then.
And I've only seen it in videos. It's creepy as heck.
Really? Interesting. So, yeah, that's going to bring this stream and this game to a close. Normally, I would be rolling for the RPG right about now, but I went ahead and pulled a manual override, and starting next time, I will be doing Mario Party 2.
Ah.
I've been wanting to do that one for a while. If not now, when? So I guess join me next time when we have a blast. So until then, this is MeleeWizard, and have a nice night.